Chills crept down my spine. I frowned and checked the chat. Empty. I typed, "Is anyone there?" No response. Then, the shadow moved. It was slow, subtle, like it was waiting for me to notice. My pulse quickened, but I told myself it was a trick of the light. Maybe a glitch. I stared at the screen, waiting for something, anything to happen. Then, the chat lit up. Unknown user. I see you. I froze. I didn't type that. And there was no username, no profile picture, just the message. My mouth went dry as I stared at it. Who is this? I typed. No answer. Instead, the camera zoomed in, slowly, focusing on the chair. Something about the motion felt wrong, like it wasn't mechanical, but deliberate, controlled. The shadow shifted again, stretching, crawling along the floor, closer to the chair, closer to me. Then my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Stop watching. I looked around my apartment. The room was empty. The blinds were drawn. The door was locked. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Like eyes were on me, pressing from the dark corners. Back on the screen, the shadow was sitting in the chair. I blinked, leaning in. Was it a person? A trick of the light? The figure was indistinct, like smoke shaped into a body. But it was there. It was facing me, watching me. My heart hammered as I reached for the mouse, ready to close the stream. But the cursor wouldn't move. The screen froze. The shadow figure stayed, head tilted, as if it knew. And then it spoke. Not through the speakers, not from the stream, but from behind me. Don't. My breath caught in my throat. I didn't dare turn around. I couldn't. The air behind me felt heavy, like something was there, waiting, watching. The screen flickered. The shadow stood, walked toward the camera, slow and deliberate, until it filled the screen. Blackness. And then I saw my reflection, not in the screen, but in the eyes of the shadow. My living room, my chair, me. The stream ended, the screen went dark, and my door creaked open. I didn't sleep. I didn't move. I sat there until morning, lights on. Every shadow watched. When the sun finally rose, I stood, walked to the door, and slammed it shut. Locked it, deadbolted it. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something had already gotten in. That night, my phone buzzed again. Another unknown text. Watching. I threw the phone across the room, but it buzzed again. And again. Until the sound felt like it was drilling into my skull. Each vibration felt like a pulse from the dark. I smashed it, crushed it under my heel. Silence. But then the TV turned on. It wasn't connected to anything, just static. But behind the static, there was a shape, sitting, waiting, watching me. I turned off the TV, unplugged it, but the screen stayed on, that static shape still lingering. I left the apartment that night, never went back. I don't watch YouTube anymore. Don't go near screens if I can help it. Avoid reflections, glass, anything that could show me more than just myself. But sometimes when I pass dark windows or catch a glimpse in a reflection, I see it. Still sitting, still watching, and waiting for me to look back. Because if I do, I know the stream will start again. And this time, it won't be so easy to leave. I've always loved watching scary stories on YouTube. There's something about hearing a good horror tale late at night that makes it feel more real. Like the darkness outside matches the darkness in the stories. It was a random Thursday, sometime past midnight. I was alone in my apartment, lights low, headphones on, watching one of those true encounter horror videos. You know the kind. Stories about people seeing things outside their windows, hearing strange noises, and realizing they weren't alone. The story was about a man who kept hearing knocking at his door every night. Slow, deliberate knocks, always at 3 a.m. The narrator's voice was calm, steady. He said the man opened his door one night and found nothing but darkness. But when he shut the door, the knocking started again. Only this time, from inside the house. I shivered, but safe. Or so I thought. Because right as the story reached its climax, I heard it. Knock, knock, knock. I paused the video, pulling off my headphones. Silence. I waited. Breath held. Maybe it was from the video, an echo, some trick of the audio. I hit play again. The video continued, but there were no more knocks. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe the neighbors. Maybe my mind playing tricks. But then it happened again. Knock, knock, knock. Slow, deliberate. It came from my front door. My throat went dry. I stood, my legs tense. Walked to the door and pressed my eye to the peephole. But there was nothing. Just the dim hallway light. I hesitated. Something about the silence felt wrong. Heavy. I reached for the lock. And the doorknob twisted. Froze. The knob rattled gently like someone testing it, trying to get in. I stepped back, heart hammering. My apartment isn't big, but every shadow felt deeper now, every corner darker. I grabbed my phone, started recording, because if this was some prank, I wanted proof. I said, "Who's there?" But no answer came. Just one more knock. Software. Almost patient. I didn't sleep that night. And in the morning, when I finally dared open the door, I found something strange. A folded piece of paper placed neatly on the floor. No name, no writing on the outside, just waiting. I picked it up with shaking hands and unfolded it. Inside, 3 words. I saw you. I told myself it was a prank. Someone from the building, maybe a neighbor who thought it would be funny. But deep down, I wasn't so sure. There was a feeling I couldn't shake, like I was being watched. That night, I locked every door, every window. I even pushed a chair under the doorknob, just in case. I sat back down, turned on another horror video. It was almost comforting hearing someone else talk about the fear. But halfway through, the video glitched. Just for a second. The screen warped. The audio crackled. It was quick, so fast I thought maybe it was my Wi-Fi. There was a moment, just a moment, of thought. I saw my own hallway reflected on the screen. I paused, rewound, watched it again. Nothing. Maybe my mind played tricks. Until the video glitched again. And this time, I wasn't imagining it. For a split second, there it was. My hallway. My door. The shadow of someone standing outside it. I turned around slowly. The hallway was empty. The door closed. But then the knocking came back. Knock, knock, knock. I didn't move. Didn't breathe. Then my phone buzzed. A message. Unknown number. Stop watching. I stared at the screen. My fingers trembled. I typed back. Who is this? No answer. Just another knock. I sat there until dawn, every light on. When the sun rose, I checked the door. No note this time. But the doorknob felt warm, like it had been held. For hours. The next night, I didn't watch any videos. I kept the TV on. Kept the place loud. Anything to drown out the silence. I thought I was safe. Until my phone buzzed again. A video message. I hesitated, thumb hovering over the play button. But curiosity won. It always does. The video was short, grainy, dark, was my apartment. My living room. The camera angle was high, like it was being filmed from the ceiling, like a security cam. Only I don't have any security cameras. And there I was, sitting on the couch, watching a video. And behind me, in the shadows, was a shape, tall, still, watching me. I dropped the phone, heart racing, spun around. Nothing there. Just the hum of the fridge, the soft glow of the lamp. I didn't sleep that night either. The final message came 2 days later. I was at work, trying to pretend like nothing was wrong, trying to be normal. My phone buzzed. No message. Just a single image. It was me, sleeping, in my bed. The angle from above, as if someone had been standing over me, watching me. But what froze me, what made my stomach twist, was the reflection of the window behind me. A shape, watching, waiting. The caption beneath the image, I'm still here. I moved that weekend, left the city, changed my number. I don't watch horror videos anymore. I don't watch much of anything. And I swear, I feel it. Someone watching me, still, waiting for me to look back. When I lie there, holding my breath, I wonder, what will I do if the knocking finally stops? It was my third year of college when I decided to move off campus. I found this old house a few blocks away. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was cheap, and I liked the idea of living alone for once. The house had character, creaky floors, vintage fixtures, and a big old tree outside my bedroom window. It felt peaceful at first. The first night, I noticed it, a soft tapping on the window. It wasn't rhythmic, more like random ticks, barely loud enough to notice if I wasn't trying to sleep. I assumed it was just the wind or branches brushing against the glass. The house was old, after all, drafty. Things made noise. I fell asleep easily enough, but the tapping didn't stop. Every night for a week, right around 1 a.m., it would start. A soft, deliberate tapping, like fingers. I kept telling myself it was nothing. The mind plays tricks late at night. Still, after a few nights, I decided to check it out. One night, when the tapping started, I forced myself to get up. I crept to the window and pulled the curtain back. My heart raced, half expecting a shadowy figure to be staring at me. But there was nothing. Just the dark silhouette of the tree swaying in the wind. I opened the window and stuck my head out. The air was cold. Still, not a branch near enough to touch the glass. Hello? I called out, my voice low and uncertain. Only silence responded. I shook my head and went back to bed, pulling the covers tight around me. You're being paranoid, I whispered to myself. It's nothing. But the tapping kept coming, every night. Relentless, precise. And the gifts start. First, it was a single, old leather glove left on my front porch. No note. No explanation. I picked it up with hesitation, turning it over in my hands. The leather was cracked and dry, like it had been abandoned for years. I placed it in a drawer, thinking it was probably nothing. The next morning, there was an old photograph. showing a man I didn't recognize standing in front of a house. Not mine, but one that looked eerily similar. The man had no expression. His eyes seemed vacant, watching. I turned it over, but the back was blank. I kept it, though I don't know why. And then came the note. 3 words, scribbled in messy handwriting. I see you. I froze, reading the note over and over. My heart hammered in my chest. Was this some kind of prank? I wanted to believe that. Needed to believe that. But deep down, I felt something else. Fear. I started keeping the curtains drawn, double-checking the locks. I even bought a cheap security camera and aimed it at the window. If someone was out there, I'd catch them. I'd have proof that I wasn't losing my mind. But the footage showed nothing. Every night the tapping would start, and every morning I'd check the camera. Nothing. Just the empty yard. No shadows. No movement. Nothing. One night, the power went out. Not unusual for the area, but unsettling given everything that had been happening. I lit some candles and tried to ignore the growing sense of dread. Shadows danced on the walls, twisting and stretching in ways that made my skin crawl. The tapped flame of the candle trembled with every breath. I held my phone in one hand, the other clutching a kitchen knife. My heart thudded so loudly I was sure whoever was outside could hear it. I whispered, "Who's there?" My voice trembled, barely audible, slow scream against the wood of the wall. My skin prickled, my breath shallow. I stood, each step toward the sound feeling heavier than the last. When I pressed my ear to the wall, the scratching stopped. The rest of the night passed in tense silence, save for the occasional creak of the old house settling. I didn't sleep. In the morning, I noticed muddy footprints on the floor, leading from the basement door to the center of my living room, and back again. The basement door had been locked, or at least I thought it had. Hands shaking, I approached the door. I tried the handle. Locked. I pressed my ear to the wood. Silence. I swallowed hard, backed away. That day, I noticed things missing. Swings, a spoon, a sock, a photograph of me and my family. Nothing valuable, but enough to make me uneasy. Enough to feel like someone had been there, inside, while I slept. I called the police. They searched the house, found nothing. No signs of forced entry, no one hiding. But the officer looked pale when he came up from the basement. He wiped his brow, avoiding my eyes. "There's a crawl space," he said, quietly. "Small, dark, easy to miss. And someone has been living down there." I felt the blood drain from my face. "What?" He nodded grimly. "There's a blanket, food wrappers, and this." He held out another note. The handwriting was the same as before. Only one word this time. Soon. Later that night, I replayed the officer's words in my mind. I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every shadow looked like a figure. Every creak of the floor made my heart race. I imagined him down there, beneath my feet, listening, waiting. I packed a bag, locked the door behind me, and never went back. I don't know who it was, or how long they had been there, watching me, waiting. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear tapping and whispering. Software, deliberate. And I wonder if they followed me, or if they were nearly gone. And when I lie in bed, I find myself listening, straining my ears for that faint sound, wondering if tonight is the night they come back. And if they do, what happens when the tapping finally stops? most things do. I was up way too late, scrolling through horror content on YouTube, looking for something to creep me out. I thought I'd seen it all. Creepypastas, true encounters, urban legends, you name it. I binged it. Nothing really scared me anymore, until I stumbled upon a live stream titled, "Don't Watch This Alone." There was no description, no comments, no likes. Just a single, grainy thumbnail. A dark room, an old wooden chair facing the camera, and a shadow in the background that was almost, but not quite, human. I hesitated. Part of me wanted to skip it. Another part, a bigger, braver part, clicked. Chills crept down my spine. I frowned and checked the chat. Empty. I typed, "Is anyone there?" No response. Then, the shadow moved. It was slow, subtle, like it was waiting for me to notice. My pulse quickened, but I told myself it was a trick of the light. Maybe a glitch. I stared at the screen, waiting for something, anything to happen. Then, the chat lit up. "Unknown user. I see you." I froze. I didn't type that. And there was no username, no profile picture, just the message. My mouth went dry as I stared at it. "Who is this?" I typed. No answer. Instead, the camera zoomed in, slowly, focusing on the chair. Something about the motion felt wrong. Like it wasn't mechanical, but deliberate, controlled. The shadow shifted again, stretching, crawling along the floor, closer to the chair, closer to me. Then my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "Stop watching." I looked around my apartment. The room was empty. The blinds were drawn. The door was locked. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Like eyes were on me, pressing from the dark corners. Back on the screen, the shadow was sitting in the chair. I blinked, leaning in. Was it a person? A trick of the light? The figure was indistinct, like smoke shaped into a body. But it was there, and it was facing me, watching me. My heart hammered as I reached for the mouse, ready to close the stream. But the cursor wouldn't move. The screen froze. The shadow figure stayed, head tilted, as if it knew. And then it spoke. Not through the speakers, not from the stream, but from behind me. "Don't." My breath caught in my throat. I didn't dare turn around. I couldn't. The air behind me felt heavy, like something was there, waiting, watching. The stream flickered. The shadow stood, walked toward the camera, step by step, slow and deliberate, until it filled the screen. Blackness. And then I saw my reflection, not in the screen, but in the eyes of the shadow. My living room, my chair, me. The stream ended. The screen went dark, and my door creaked open. I didn't sleep. I didn't move. I sat there till morning. Lights on. Every shadow watched. When the sun finally rose, I stood, walked to the door, and slammed it shut. Locked it. Deadbolted it. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something had already gotten in. That night, my phone buzzed again. Another unknown text. "Watching." I threw the phone across the room, but it buzzed again. And again. Until the sound felt like it was drilling into my skull. Each vibration felt like a pulse from the dark. I smashed it, crushed it under my heel. Silence. But then the TV turned on. It wasn't connected to anything, just static. But behind the static, there was a shape, sitting, waiting, watching me. I turned off the TV, unplugged it, but the screen stayed on, that static shape still lingering. I left the apartment that night, never went back. I don't watch YouTube anymore. Don't go near screens if I can help it. Avoid reflections, glass, anything that could show me more than just myself. But Sometimes when I pass dark windows or catch a glimpse in a reflection, I see it, still sitting, still watching, and waiting for me to look back. Because if I do, I know the street will start again. And this time, it won't be so easy to leave. I've always loved watching scary stories on YouTube. There's something about hearing a good horror tale late at night that makes it feel more real. Like the darkness outside matches the darkness in the stories. It was a random Thursday, sometime past midnight. I was alone in my apartment, lights low, headphones on, watching one of those true encounter horror videos. You know the kind. Stories about people seeing things outside their windows, hearing strange noises, and realizing they weren't alone. The story was about a man who kept hearing knocking at his door every night. Slow, deliberate knocks, always at 3 a.m. The narrator's voice was calm, steady. He said the man opened his door one day and found nothing but darkness. But when he shut the door, the knocking started again. This time, from inside the house. I shivered, pulling the blanket tighter around me. Classic horror. Creepy, but safe. Or so I thought. Because right as the story reached climax, I heard it. Knock, knock, knock. I paused the video, pulling off my headphones. Silence. I waited. Breath held. Maybe it was from the video, an echo, some trick of the audio. I hit play again. The video continued, but there were no more knocks. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe the neighbors. Maybe my mind playing tricks. But then it happened again. Knock, knock, knock. Slow, deliberate. It came from my front door. My throat went dry. I stood, my legs tense. Walked to the door and pressed my eye to the peephole. But there was nothing. Just the dim hallway light. I hesitated. Something about the silence felt wrong. Heavy. I reached for the lock. And the doorknob twisted. I froze. The knob rattled gently like someone testing it, trying to get in. I stepped back, heart hammering. My apartment isn't big, but every shadow felt deeper now, every corner darker. I grabbed my phone, started recording, because if this was some prank, I wanted proof. I said, "Who's there?" But no answer came. Just one more knock. Software. Almost patient. I didn't sleep that night. And in the morning, when I finally dared open the door, I found something strange. A folded piece of paper placed neatly on the floor. No name, no writing on the outside, just waiting. I picked it up with shaking hands and unfolded it. Inside, 3 words. I saw you. I told myself it was a prank. Someone from the building, maybe a neighbor who thought it would be funny. But deep down, I wasn't so sure. There was a feeling I couldn't shake, like I was being watched. That night, I locked every door, every window. I even pushed a chair under the doorknob, just in case. I sat back down, turned on another horror video. It was almost comforting, hearing someone else talk about the fear. But halfway through, the video glitched. Just for a second. The screen warped, the audio crackled. It was quick, so fast I thought maybe it was my Wi-Fi. There was a moment, just a moment, when I thought I saw my own hallway reflected on the screen. I paused, rewound, watched it again. Nothing. Maybe my mind playing tricks. Until the video glitched again. And this time, I wasn't imagining it. For a split second, there it was. My hallway, my door, the shadow of someone standing outside it. I turned around slowly, The hallway was empty. The door closed. But then the knocking came back. Knock, knock, knock. I didn't move, didn't breathe. Then my phone buzzed. A message. Unknown number. Stop watching. I stared at the screen. My fingers trembled. I typed back. Who is this? No answer. Just another knock. I sat there until dawn, every light on. When the sun rose, I checked the door. No note this time. The doorknob felt warm, like it had been held for hours. The next night, I didn't watch any videos. I kept the TV on, kept the place loud. Anything to drown out the silence. I thought I was safe, until my phone buzzed again. A video message. I hesitated, thumb hovering over